What is up, everybody? I'm back again with another deck profile. I just felt like this is the same day I made the Pokemon one. I just felt like making this. Haven't been playing a whole lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, but this deck was pretty cool. We went X-1 at a 3v3 case tournament for Maze. Me and my teammates, shout out Gabe and Jay. But I played Odion. They let me play this bad deck. Mid deck, I guess, and they played real decks, Ryzeal, Fiendsmith, and whatnot. So, but only lost once, or yeah, dropped one game. Unfortunately, it was the same game in which we. Why did I drop? Yeah, and it was the same game in which we had one of my teammates lose, which usually doesn't happen, but unfortunately it did. So yeah. Pretty simple. I don't think this is the best build for it. There's a couple cards in here that were not in the list originally, but they are now. So we're just I'll go over it when we do. So 3-man searches you all your temple stuff. 3 newest the last judge. He searches man. He has none once per turn. Put traps on the bottom. Summon out. Pretty good. And then 1 circuit, pretty good pretty okay extender, because you need Temple on field to resolve him, but you know, it is what it is. And then we played 1 Fenrir and 2 Unicorn, just for a Kashtira engine. I played more Kashtira than I think I did Odion, unfortunately because of my hands, but it was basically Kashtira control, and then if I got a trap, then I got a trap. And then 2 Eldritch. These were not in the original list. I think I was playing another hand trap or something. I don't remember. The 3v3 was a little bit ago, but it was a couple weeks ago. It was right when Maze came out. Yeah, I've been testing this. Does pretty well. You know, it's a free send going second, and then it's a free summon going first and or second. So pretty cool. And then you can banish them if you want to off of circuit. So pretty cool, and he works with some stuff in the extra deck. But those are like the non-hand trap monsters that I played. I think Heavenly Prison is like a lot better. That build's pretty freaking solid, and I think that's probably the best build you could have right now until someone like really solves the deck. But yeah. So then we played hand traps, 3 Droll, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, and 3 Nib. Pretty standard, pretty solid. I probably wouldn't play Nib. Nib and Droll are weird together because like when you Droll them, they're obviously not going to be able to play into Nib, so probably don't play them together. But Droll I think is better than Nib, at least right now. So I think 3 Droll is by far the best choice. You could probably cut Nib, maybe even play it at 1 or something and fit in some more talents. You guys will see later. For the spells, we played 3 Temple of the Kings. This field spell is so good. It's treated as Temple of the Kings. Treasure of the Kings. It's treated as Temple of the Kings, and then whenever you activate it, it sets on activation, which is super solid. It sets a trap, so you set the trap that sets another trap, and then from there, it won't focus, of course. And then if you have a trap engrave and or another card set, then you can search for a monster that mentions Temple of the Kings. What's really good is like going like turn 3 or 4, you can like call the effect to search and then activate another one, and then set a card, and then call the effect to search again, because it's a soft once per turn, so it's pretty cool. And then Terraforming, of course, so 4 copies of that. And then Temple of the Kings, because you need it, let you activate a trap the turn it's set. So, and then other cards, Wraithoth and Birth. Played Wraithoth because it gives everything can basically search everything with Odion, but your Terraforming at least has another target if you already have Field Spell in hand. So Terraforming have another target is pretty good. And then you can always start with this to try to bait the Detonator and stuff. If not, then cool. And then Birth, because it's Birth, also baits Detonator. This deck really loses to Detonator a lot. And then other non-engine, we played Prosp, Talents, and Called By. You could probably play way more of Talents. You could probably cut Eldritch. Probably cut 1 Eldritch for the Heavenly Prison, and then like the other one for another Talents, and play 2 Talents. Talents is just so good. Called By and Prosp, you know, it happens. And then traps, trap deck, trap cards. There's one card in here that I did not play, but it's been pretty cool in testing. So 2 of the new Apophis one. This one sets another Apophis on activation, and then it lets you activate that one that you set that turn. I do 2 of those and 3 of these. I think this is a good ratio. You can even play 1 of those, if I'm being honest. You can play like 1 and then 3. Just because it's super solid that way if you don't want to play too many, but I like seeing it. Sorry for saying so much. I'm trying to get better at that. But yeah, I like seeing it. I don't hate it. I like seeing these more, so that's why I'm playing 3 of these. Card's crazy. This is just a Desiree negate for each other continuous trap you have on your field. And if you set the imperm, there's an imperm column and you activate this and then it resets itself, obviously because it's the imperm column, it'll turn back to a trap, and you activate this, it's still a face-up continuous trap, so it still negates. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I've made that mistake myself plenty of times. And then the other ones I play, you guys kind of got a peek at that. One of the original ones, you don't have to play this. It's a good level 4, but like, you don't have to play this. Just don't play this one. You could probably cut this one. And then, of course, we play Anguish Statue. This card's nuts. Anytime you turn a trap into a monster, you pop something, not once per turn. Insane. Usually you can pop 3 or 4 things a turn. Nuts. Actually, nuts. This card is so good. I think it's like $7 now or $6 or something for a common. Kind of crazy. Very good, though. And then a spice I've been testing that I wasn't in the main deck when I was playing was You're Finished. This card's really cool. If it'll... These sleeves are a little more reflective than the last ones, than the Pokemon sleeves. Yeah. No. No. Nope. Oh well. What Your Finish does is if there's 10 effects that are 10 cards or effects that are activated in the turn, you can activate this, summoning it, level 10 Dark, Cyverse 3K 3K. So it's a giant body, but then while it's face up, if your opponent activates I think it's a monster effect. Oh, a card or effect, sorry. So the opponent activates another thing. You can chain this, blowing up everything on their board. As many cards as they control, and then this resets itself. Now, what's really cool about it is if obviously once they get to 10 or so, like it's pretty far depending on your matchup. Plus, you'll be activating stuff too, so you'll be activating 5 or 6, and then eventually, they have to activate something. So you summon this. They'll read it and they'll be like, okay, so they'll activate something. You use this effect, blows everything up. This resets itself, and then if you have Temple of the Kings up in your spell and trap card zone, I guess I'll put them here. If you have it up in your spell and trap card zone, you can flip this and use it again because it was set this turn, thus activating it because there's already been 10 effects, re-summoning itself as a body, and you can blow it up because the effect isn't actually once per turn, obviously, because it's a continuous trap. It's not supposed to be. It could not be once per turn because you're only supposed to. The idea is that it only activates once per turn. And then at the end of, I don't know why I'm shuffling this. Yeah, and then it resets itself at the end of your end phase. So, yeah. So if they pass, it just kind of sits there, and then you can use it for a rank 10 if you want and whatnot. So I think this card's really cool. I think it could be used. It's not like optimal, but it's fun. So I think this deck is this deck's the epitome of fun, at least right now, and that's like the biggest thing for me because I think the format's kind of stale right now, like super boring. Go all the way back to the front here, but I think this deck with Man is like super fun. So extra deck wise, we played 2 Divine Serpent Apophis. This you can contact fuse by using 2 Apophis monsters that were traps or whatever, and then it resets the 2 you use. Super good. Whenever you summon a trap card as a monster, it pops a monster. So good, so good. And then a lot of the other cards I didn't even go into crazy enough because like I said, I was mainly playing like fucking Fiendsmith. I was playing Kashtira Control at that point because my hands are so awful. Double IP. I never made IP once. Double Rabbit. 2 is like 100%. I think 2 is good. I think the only 2 ofs you should be playing are 2 rabbits and 2 deities. Everything else can be a 1. It doesn't like really come up. And then I played an SP and a Griffin. Griffin, just in case. You have a lot of bodies, right? So you can obviously make Griffin, but never came up. So probably would take that out. Rank 4 is Dweller and Redoer. Dweller's Dweller. Redoer, spin back or top deck something to your opponent because you're making it with trap monsters. So you can detach and spin something back. So super good. And then Lars and Varudris. You can make Lars with the... Not you. There you are. With this and one of the traps, because that's a level 6, so you can make Lars. Unfortunately, the traps are considered traps when they're as material, so they're not remembering their reptile, so it's not 2 negates unless you make 2 of these. But, you know, still pretty cool. And then Varudris, because you play a lot of level 10s, so you might as well make a big Godzilla, you know, might as well. And then we are playing Zeus, and we are playing Typhon, just in case you go like Redoer, Swing, make Zeus, or if you want to go Typhon. I mean, Typhon's like Typhon. Like, what are you going to do? Like, huh? It's freaking Typhon, dog. Like, it's crazy. And then you have this blank. I have no idea what this was supposed to be. I was borrowing something from someone, and I don't remember what card is supposed to be this last one. So I couldn't tell you. I don't know what the last one is. I can't remember. It probably never came up, even though I was borrowing it. So it is what it is. Whatever. So I don't remember what that blank was. But the main star of the show was this and this guy. This is best guy, best boy, I guess. I guess these 3 were the stars of the extra deck here. Yeah, this deck's just so much fun. I think this deck's just great. I love this deck. That's why I've been testing it. That's why I've been streaming it. So this deck's just super fun. Once Super Quants get their support, I'll be playing that too. I like fun decks. I like fun decks. And then for the side stayed the same. I haven't changed it. We have 3 Book of Eclipse because it's good against Ryzel. 3 Ghost Ogre because I'd probably swap this for Nib because it's really good against Blue Eyes. And then you don't even need to mention those. And then Solemn Strike and Azaroon. I think that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. I'm missing 2 other cards. I think I was playing Judgments as well. I was playing 3 Judgment. I wasn't even playing this on the side. It was 3 Judgment plus this. But we don't even need to mention that. It's mainly just a 12 card side plus the 3 staples. So like it was 3 Judgment. It was fine. Like, you know, generic, but Azaroon's pretty good going first too. So, but if you play the Heavenly Prison, you can just play 1 Judgment in this side, and you can play other like Silver Bullet cards. So, the one that topped the regional, I think, is the best way to play this deck, 100%. And it's probably going to be the one I build next. But yeah, so I think the deck's super fun. I really like it. I love the theme. I'm a big. It's like why you guys so cool. I like the Egyptian theme. So the fact that we have it to kind of like back as like a playable archetype is freaking sick. So yeah, I just think the deck's pretty good. Cash works with it. You probably don't have to play Cash with it, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And your finish, I think, is like just such a cool tech. I thought it was so fun. In testing, I didn't use it during the 3v3, but you know, still have fun though. So yeah. I hate that my webcam sucks. I'll have to get a new one to kind of fix it. But otherwise, the deck's pretty good. The deck's pretty solid. It does lose a lot. Unfortunately, it happens. But what are you going to do, you know? Wait for that ban list, I guess. So hope you guys enjoyed. Odion best deck. I fully believe in this deck, and I think it will be really, really solid at one point. I'm invested, so... stick around if you want to see more Odion stuff. I'll be playing. It's usually what I play when I'm testing online. So I will see you guys later. Peace out.